What's up, everybody? Mr. Low Key here, the Sunset Streamer, back again with my ninth live stream. It's feeling better every day, getting this sort of content out, monologuing, and just being consistent with this live streaming vibe. If you're watching this, thanks for having you here, and let's get straight into the topic. Now, if you've seen my title, these are some very common messages you'll get that women will very passively let you know, I don't like you like that. This is going nowhere, but thank you for your resources and your time and your effort. I'm quite entertained, but it's that curve that and there's something so interesting about this interaction because if it were to happen anywhere else, you would have the notion to get up and leave. I mean, I like using this Apple Store analogy. If you were to go to the iStore and you saw the price of an iPhone and you said, okay, it costs this much, and you put the money there, and the person at the counter said, oh, thank you, buddy. Thanks, friend. And they just didn't give you a phone, you'd be like, oh, could I get my money back? But the mistake many guys often make is, okay, so they put even more money down. Can I get the iPhone now? No. You put more money down, even more. What do you want? How can I get this iPhone? Because at the end of the day, all these things are in fact a transaction. They're an exchange. You give something, you're hoping to get something in return. And I had so deeply fallen into that trap of not leading and not setting my terms, because there's a very implicit contract that if you feel you respect someone, you kind of expect respect back, though if you don't get it, for you to continue giving and not getting, you now have to be the one to protect your time, protect your resources, and know when to just walk away. And it really was the analogy I wanted to use today, because it's a topic you have to have described to you from so many different angles, and protect yourself from getting emotionally invested in something that just does not pay off. And the sooner you stop and the sooner you make the conscious decision to look and watch and say, hey, I'm being disrespected here. Hey, this is what I want. And learning to be honest with yourself and saying, this is what I want. And if this is not what I'll be given, walk away. And it hurts, but it's a skill that I find with time people have to learn. And I've been so interestingly curved before, and I was so oblivious to it happening, where I'd build up and up and invest more. I would buy gifts for friends, for girls, and I'd think that, oh, I'm making an investment in somebody who I'm genuinely fond of. And it really was coming from a place of lacking. And it wasn't until, again, I was encountering Coach Corey Wayne's work, and he saying so specifically, gifts are only for wives and girlfriends. And you being a generous person just makes you get taken advantage of. And I had experienced it again and again, and I was tired of it. And not that you have to walk around life with a chip on your shoulder and be like, oh, can't trust anyone, I've been burnt before. But I normally return in kind. So if someone has been good to me, I am good back. And Marquette Devon Burton also says this: be good to good people as much as being good to yourself. And the other thing that I've been really big into lately is also designing my lifestyle in such a way that the people who you definitely don't want to meet automatically get put off and you steer away from. And the people who you do want to meet, the people you do want to actually be associated with, similar life goals, similar pursuits in life, will kind of come your way. And you know what they say about idle hands? And I think that is so true. If you are ever pursuing someone who is giving you the runaround, to say, giving you such grief, such drama, you should be so busy growing your life, and your time should be so valuable that you automatically don't want it wasted. And when someone is constantly making excuses, constantly, oh, I don't know if I can see you today, or thanks, friend, thanks, buddy, maybe I'll see you then, and they cancel, or maybe I won't see you now, you really have to live the type of life that every single moment you have something better to do. And once you have that floor, you will avoid a lot of nonsense and a lot of neediness and a lot of this, how can I say, this attracting of low vibration energy. Raise your vibration, raise how you interact and go about life, and watch how a lot of the BS around you also falls away. And it is a good thing for that to happen, because I realized when I was younger, I kind of had the wrong idea of trying to be popular with everyone, trying to be liked by everyone or many people. And now that I'm more of a niche person, I'm happy in my niche. It's okay if you don't agree with me. Perhaps I'm not the perspective that you need. You can go be in your perspective and I shall be in mine. And since I've done that, I avoid a lot of BS, and a lot of time gets saved and used a lot more efficiently. And you guessed it, one of the things that I've been doing is live streaming. Now, a lot of the good jokes I think of or good things I want to say, I don't give out for free in text messages. If you would like to hear what I say or what I'm up to, the live stream is right here. Here is where to find me. And these these live streams, these monologues have been, it's therapeutic, I'd say. And it's almost like a lot, and I said it in the previous stream, a lot of the things that you ponder about fixing, or the that life advice I often want to say, is things I wish someone had said to me when I was in such a situation. And this particular story that inspired today's live stream was when, about 5 years ago, I was going to a dance event. It was in, I don't want to give away too many details. So I was going to a dance event in a location. Let's just say that. And this particular location was notorious for smartphones getting stolen. And I'd been distracted by a group of ladies that were from Chicago, and they were visiting South Africa. And there was one in particular, and her energy and the vibe she put across, she was all about that trouble. And so I figured I'd introduce myself. I was like, hey, let's be friendly. Let's talk to people. And I think I had used a different line for. I didn't know they were all together. I just knew they just stood out because they weren't from there. So I think I tried to speak to. One was doing photography, so I made a comment about her camera, and she was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And I think they took pictures of me dancing. So I asked, "Hey, where can I get those pictures? Were they any good? Did you get me in the good light?" And there was one, but the one in particular who was trouble though. When I said hi to her, she had this massive smile on her face, and she came so close up to me, like, "Hey, who are you?" Now, when you're younger and more naive, you get excited for that. They're like, "Wow, wow, she's so interested in me. Yes, yeah, this is how it should be." And LFA made a video about this exact thing, that when you get off the bat aggressive interest like that, she's trying to tool you. Generally, women don't warm up to someone they've just met like that. It's not, I want you right now. And now, if that were to happen again, like red flag, I back off, like, wait a minute, you don't know me like that. And if she's that friendly meeting you, how many other guys is she that quick to like? But I figured, hey, let me get her number. And while I was distracted talking to her, my bag was being stolen, and my phone and my car keys were gone. And I saw immediately, don't be weak to women's charms. Don't allow yourself ever in life to be so distracted and not always be alert and cautious. And this thing of having situational awareness, much like social awareness, is a crucial life skill. Oh, and I paid. Oh, I paid that day for not having that skill. And it's actually, that was the first time. And I think there's a second time in the same area, my phone was stolen for the very same reason. I was talking to a girl. And I think the people who who steal phones, pickpockets, they're very aware of what's going on, and when they see a guy distracted by a girl, those are the guys they rob. So that was the first time it happened. The second time, same thing. I was talking to a girl who I was so focused on, and a guy came from behind me and opened my bag and took my phone out. And yeah, situational awareness is so important. And just when you're with a girl, and never allow yourself to get so lost in an emotion and then put this trust in someone, like, oh, she won't do this to me, she likes me, let me. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Always be alert, always be in control, always leading, always aware of what's going on. So pretty much the same girl. It's so funny. So my phone gets stolen, because when I wanted to get her number, I'm like, oh wait, where's my phone? Oh, my phone's been stolen. So I think I asked her to write her phone number on my arm. So I get her phone number. Then I think later on, I think I used my friend's phone to text her, like, hey, you're going to hang out? Are you going to do this? And I message her, and I think she ignores my message. I'm like, oh, that's a bit odd. And I think I tried later on, hey, let's hang out, let's do this, let's do that, and curved again. Sorry, buddy. Oh, cool, man. Hey, man, I don't think, when you're getting messages like that, guys, like, walk away. Like, and I was young and I was naive. I didn't know that these are, I couldn't, we say reading between the lines, but just the way a lot of women communicate very passively sometimes. And she was obviously meeting other guys at other places. And I think I went to another party somewhere else and actually saw her with, these girls who are just on the scene. They're at every party. Today they're with this guy, tomorrow they're with another guy. They're just on the scene and they're chasing something. Like, unless you're punching at that weight, like, don't do it. Don't do that to yourself. And like, I'm not saying be judgmental of people, like, oh, they're below me, they're not. But situational awareness is such an important thing. And when you're especially women who are traveling, that's a hot potato. They're moving from catch, throw, catch and throw. They're playing. They're the hot potato in this game of hot potato. Catch and throw, catch and throw. And you will get absorbed into all that drama. And again, as Coach Corey Wayne says, live life drama free. In the beginning, it seems so exciting. It's short term, like, yeah, I can do it. I can punch it this way. But it ain't worth it. In hindsight, when you look afterwards, it's like the effort and the emotional strain and oh, I hope I'll see you today. Maybe I won't. Maybe I will. It ain't worth it. Ain't worth it at all. group of girls, hey, we're in town for the weekend. You guys want to show us around? I don't have the time. Yeah. Maybe as I've grown, I've become more cynical, and maybe my channel is all doom and gloom as it gets darker now, and I'm dressed all in black. But I'm more giving an FAQ or more of a warning sticker, or just giving you some insight into what I've been through so that you can perform more effectively in your own life. And how could I call it? I'm troubleshooting. There we go. Troubleshooting, or trouble avoiding, if I could say that. But yeah, let's bring it all back home now. If you ever get a message, sorry, buddy, sorry, man, hey, friend, you have been playing, you've gone too far in, played the game a bit too long, and you haven't set your statement of intent. So get the number ASAP, go for that smooch. First, I think 20 minutes in. Usually most women, like once they've met you 5 minutes, they know what's up. They know they've sort of put a position for you. And as Patrice O'Neill says, sometimes if the game is rigged, you got to just throw the chessboard and walk away. Take your game and walk away. Say, no, I'm not playing this. And it's such an essential way to protect your mental space, protect your emotions. And the more time you waste with a time waster, you are now avoiding the type of people you should meet, because your time is now occupied by people making you miserable, giving you an inferiority complex, beating you down as you're bringing them up. And I was all for, yeah, let's practice, let's meet people. No, don't keep dead weight around. Don't let them occupy your mental space. They're just distracting you from the people who you should meet. And the most important person you always have to meet is your true self, the true you. So again, you literally have to schedule your time, like this much is for self-development. This type is for the gym. This type is for mental growth. And don't be chasing the party life. I'd say so. Sure, like it can help improve some social skills, but I think reading and interacting with actual theory on this is, maybe I'll say, as important as practice. Practice will only get you so far, I think. Just like raw theory will also only get you so far. But I think there are just certain, schools of thought you need to encounter. Your rational males and your 3% man, as much as practice, but the right theory and the right practice. Because sometimes within practice, if you are untrained, you're going to find that feral woman or man who will break you, and you will jump into the deep end without knowing how to swim. So just my thoughts on the topic. It's getting easier to talk a lot for longer on these streams, just by the way. I'm going to try my best to keep it information filled, entertaining, and exciting, and also concise. I don't want to give you a 2-hour stream of just fluff. I want it to be long enough for me to articulate the topic and review it, and maybe later, as we get more interaction, I still want to keep them quite short and quite relevant. So that is my raison d'etre for these live streams. And again, if you're watching this, thank you for tuning in. Wishing you an amazing week, personal growth, and stay safe out there. Mr. Low Key, signing out.